flicker, midnight glow, Mexicals live, the chat says yo. Cables twist like jungle vines, with the mouse pad centered, perfect lines. Pale world tames and paleo seeds, Terraria caves where the torchlight bleeds. Fortnite drops when the squad rolls in, chaos on the desk, order within. Hey, it's Mystical, variety king, from creature balls to fairy wings. Friends in the call, chat spamming hearts, neat little world in a messy art. Plastic art, laughing through the night, desk like a storm, but the vibe feels right. One monitor farms, one monitor fights, third one's memes from the chat highlights. Energy drink, tap, mountain grows, but the keyboard's clean, nobody knows. He'll build a palace, then blow it up. Squad revives him with the coffee cup. Every L turns into a tale, community laughs, we never fail. It's Espligar, variety king, from creature balls to fairy wings. Friends in the call, chat spamming hearts, neat little world in a messy art. Plastic art, laughing through the night, text like a storm, but the vibe feels right. Late night raids, Terraria boss, Palia festival, never at a loss. Fortnite clinger, victory royal, but the real win's every shared smile. It's spectacle, sunrise on stream, empty cans, but we're living the dream. Power of Palia, blocks in the sky, with the crew in the chat, we're flying high. Mystic war, chaos with a plan, hit that follow, join the fam. Neatness in the madness, heart on the screen. Mystical's world, best place I've been. Oh.
We are live. Welcome everybody. My name is MysticalLandSlide and today we are playing Terraria. It was one of those days that I literally didn't have a clue what I was going to play. Let's see. Actually, I need to do it in all capitals. For those who don't know, I have a redeem where when you do, it says first, when you do it, you get your message pinned, so everybody who comes in the stream will see who was first into the stream, technically. So, I gotta put that in there because Smoked Meats was first to redeem. Technically, King Orange was first in the channel, or in the chat, but the way that the redeem works is you got to be the one that clicks the button. So, yes, you are, but technically, exactly. That's just the way it goes on the channel. Now, I may be a little loud. I streamed yesterday, and I don't know if it was just the sound on Warzone just being so loud with all the guns and explosions and all that. I couldn't have hear myself in the when I replayed it to look for clips. So today I'm going to bring things a little closer because oh yeah, Smoke Meats just recognize the hat. Yes, this is my free merch that I got for being 100 stream streak on our friend and fellow streamer, the Real Sir Pickles channel. Actually, I'm going to give him a shout out. Let's see. And of course, since he's not in chat actively right now, that was fast shipping. Yes, it was. It was supposed to be, what would they say, 18 days or whatever. And I'm trying to think, it came 3 days early. So, or it was supposed to come the 18th. That's what it was. Supposed to come the 18th. And it came 3 days early. So, it was surprisingly fast, and it's extremely good quality. Let's see, is the real sir pickle? See if it Frosty Tools actually figures it out. Right there. Yeah, it is. Ooh, but it doesn't have. It was supposed to say something, but it didn't. Okay, so we got that there. We got pickle shouted out because, for those who don't know, let's see, is it a Richardson brand? I think it is actually. Yes, it is. The label said it come from Texas, and I was really surprised how good it was, because I've gotten some. Of course, Walmart, it's cheap Chinese junk, basically, is what we have always said. But they were just flimsy, and they fell apart, and they just got to looking awful real quick. So his stuff is an extremely good brand. Okay, so we are basically going to start over.
Why would you do that?
Because I had nothing else better to do at 8:30 at night. But King Orangey had a 25 stream streak, so he's getting up there too. I know Pickle, let's see, he is normally, was he 40? 45, I think, stream streak on my stream so far. So I have to think what I can do when somebody hits 100. I don't have merch at the moment, so I don't know. Let's see, drop items on death, drop money. That's the way I normally do it. Do that as my name. For those who don't know, that's the initials to my thing. Ah, Smoke Meats is 29 today. Very nice. Happy birthday. It's terrible that it is nothing but a frozen block of ice in our states here, but happy birthday anyway. Basically, the only thing that really matters is like eye color, because everything else gets covered up. Put it as green. Let's see, I'd have been closer to 60 something, but I sadly missed one by accident. Yep, it happens. Oh, his 29 stream streak. I didn't think that you were that young, but hey, it works. 39 is your. Oh, okay, that sounds about right. Still, happy early birthday anyway. Just because. Just because, and yeah. Let's say we can either do a Wild West Duster or a Mage's Robe. I was going to say they wish they were that young. I remember when I was 29. I had my driver's license for a year. As everybody says, I was the late bloomer. And I blame it on psycho people driving because I was run off the road when I got my learner's permit. It terrified me, and I just couldn't stand the thought of driving. So we are going to do random. Now, one thing, I don't think Calamity mod has brought in the new Terraria updates. I don't think they have. I think they might have some, but I don't know if they have all of them, because I know there's supposed to be a whole lot of other stuff with the new Terraria updates. Let's see. Actually, don't remember from like 25 to 29. That was all blur. Ah, well, some people do that. Me, I can generally remember back to when I was like 4. A lot of it is, bits and pieces and special events and things like that. But for the most part, I can remember a lot of things back till then. Of course, a lot of it was just, you know, day-to-day life of, you know, getting up, having school, and we had a rabbit when we were in town. That's it. I'm fine getting old. I don't know if I want to go back. Yeah. Yeah, because at 29 is right when my neurological disorder started ramping up from what it used to be. And when I moved into 30, that's when it went crazy. And it got to where it is now. So, no, I don't think I would want to go back to 29. Actually, my best years, I would say, was between 16 and 20. Right about then would be probably the only years I would want to go back to. But anything outside of that, either ahead or below, I wouldn't want to go back to. Let's see. Like 21 wasn't that exciting, and neither was 25, when you could legally rent a car or test drive a supercar. Exactly. I didn't care for 21. A lot of people put so much emphasis on it, and it's, other than those who want to just go out and get drunk, it's not exciting for anybody. So, and I had no interest in that, so the whole idea for me was, it was just a day. There's Pickle. Nice hat. I would thought you would think that. Now, I saw something a little while ago, of course, because I watch Terraria stuff on YouTube, they're always sending me shorts and things, and because I looked up the new updates and all that, they send me all this stuff from people who make videos about it. And one of them was they showed a person that had a sky house. And I got to thinking about it, and I decided that's what I want to do. Yeah, not going to jump off blindly into the dark. That's the first way to die in Terraria, for those who don't know. Looking dope? Oh, yes it is. As I was telling them, it's extremely good quality, and I was surprised how good it actually was. Which, of course, I already told you that in your server, but for those who don't happen to know, and those who are just popping in along the way, it's pretty good. Had to put my earbuds in, couldn't hear for a second. Yep, it gets like that. That's why I have earbuds. W quality. Well, then it just sounds like you're talking up your own merch. So, yeah. Let's see. I know that's like, yeah. Yeah, those little things. Everything is ramped up because I have difficulty higher, for those who don't know. So it's going to be a little on the rough side. Put that there, put that there. And of course it starts you off with a bunch of stuff, because it is... Come on. Try being over here. Yeah, there you go. That's a little, basically a turret, for those who don't know. Basically, I'm just doing that because it is the high, what is it, expert level on the Calamity mod. Level this out just a bit. For those who know, I terraform everything. Terraria is no exception.
Oh, cool.
There's Danny D.
I can do magic. I can cause chaos.
Okay. Now the thing is, I really don't want to cover that. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna have 4. basically making a kill box, for those who don't know. Yeah, it really needs to be taken down one. For those who watched my Terraria streams before, it was with Zach and Ghost. Ghost, his work schedule was psychotic, so we had to stop that, which, no problem there. As I tell people, I'm not one of those kind of streamers. I'm not going to be like, you promised me, you can't stop. I'm not like that. So, and for those who have heard me talk about it, I like taking things my own pace and my own time, so it's going to be slower today. Just because. And of course, because the difficulty is so high, you want to build somewhere really quick. Let's see. Actually, I should probably make that at least halfway decent. A lot of people have these, you know, big, beautiful bases, and you know, so they're amazing and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I build, I build boxes. Basically, that's what I do. And should be just enough. Because we have that guide down there, which he's liable to die the first night, but they respawn. And what I did last time was I built a tube straight up, and then we expanded out into what the house is going to be. So I'm probably going to make something similar to that. Not sure how, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, he's just... That is today. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, St. Patrick's Day. Yep. Happy St. Patrick's Day for those who celebrate it. I know my my family, at least my mom's family, is they're Irish. My dad's family's Scottish, so we just kind of have it on all sides. Anything special for today? Nope. Today, with our family, today is just another day. So, we don't tend to do too much special. Put that there, and we need to get some background walls. Get just enough for the guy to move in, and then you go off screen and then he magically appears where he's supposed to. That's the easy way of doing it. And then because we have this what is it? It's not plank. I wanted to say plank. It is what are they? Platform. Don't know why I can't remember that. Because we have platform floors, he can shoot through it. So he can stand up here and just shoot away at him while he's in his own house. Which is how I like to do a lot of things like that. I started Another World and did this, and it worked out pretty good. But I wanted to start it on stream. We need lights, because they refuse to move in anywhere that doesn't have what they classify as adequate lighting. I'll make table and chair up here. I can have at least a two-story house. Technically I could split it, but this is temporary. Let's see. Gonna go out. corned beef hash and taters. I was say that's my trouble. I don't like either of those. So my parents have a fit because I'm not a potato person, and I'm definitely not into corned beef. My grandma was, and I can't stand it. Okay, so basically they're gonna hop down there, and they won't be able to get back in. We have Danny D with 40 stream streak. Very nice. We'll make a couple doors. Now something is making jumpy noises. I know they've added some new critters in, basically. I have that kind of crab thing. Can I use magic? It's usually my chosen class on here. There we are. And we got stone and blink root. That's good. I need to go off sides, basically. At least far enough that the guide will move in. For those who don't know, he's good to have because he gives you crafting recipes, and I have not played it near enough, like I have Minecraft, to memorize recipes. So I need him around. Now, one thing I do not like about Calamity, and I'm not sure why I don't, which I haven't even turned it on yet. Let's see. We got that. Expert mode. Okay. Supposed to be the way to turn it on. Well, number one, I'm still not good with mods, so. Oh, there's one. Hey, there's RG Lightyear. How's it going? For those who don't know, I've known, I just call him Lightyear half the time, but I've known RG Lightyear for several years, technically. Didn't know his Twitch name, but I know the person. Well, it is March break. Yes, he works in the school system, so he's on break. Well deserved, since being teachers definitely need their breaks, especially after dealing with kids all day. Got that. I'm so ready for it. Oh yeah. Kant says I blame you a bit. Okay, so that is going to be basically the catch-all for the zombies and such. Kind of a kill box idea. And actually going to block this off, and this is going to be start to my elevator. A single block there, which is not bad because I can use it against the enemy. There we are. Sadly, I just came in for a short time to help the algorithm because I need to head off to see family, then go study. Yep. Well, thank you for hopping in. Always fun when you get to hop in. As I always say, it is nice whenever anybody can hop in the chat. Never know who you might meet. Because I know I met Cold Duck Soup by just raiding him randomly, and he turned out to fit in perfectly with our little streamer group. So, never know who you're going to find on here. Let's see. I'll do that, because you almost always get rope from these. Though I did see a person, he's a streamer, and the other day he was playing the brand new Terraria, and he was doing hardcore characters, but yet the world just kept going on. Even if he died, the world went on. And that was odd. Not sure whether I liked that idea or not. But his people did. He had a few thousand people watching. And they seemed to really like it. I mean, they watched him make, I'm trying to think, was it 8? I think 8 characters he got? Because they kept dying. Which I don't know if I would have the patience for something like that, personally. Seemed like an awful lot. Which kind of goes against a lot of things on Terraria, because you're always trying not to die, basically. But yet he was... A couple of the people, he said he was gladly sending them to their deaths so they could, like, explore and stuff. I'm just like, I don't know. I didn't like that. So I'm like, I probably wouldn't do a run like that. I don't mind the dying. That's just part of Terraria, and especially since I'm on expert mode and things like that. And you really gotta watch, because they put stuff just like this down here. And for the most part, it can be a little difficult. Basically, what really helps is once you get the merchant. Once you can get the merchant, you're pretty good, well off. But getting there is the hard part. And for those who have been interested in my farming updates, we got us some baby pigs as of last night. We knew that the pig was pregnant. Didn't realize how close she was. So we have 5 little baby pigs. I don't have that, Nick, or I would. I have seen people play it, and it is absolutely hilarious, but I don't have it. Which is totally my own fault, because I could have it. I just haven't gotten it yet. Let's figure out rope. And of course, we don't have any kind of chest yet. Start our crafting. Of course, that's why we need pigs. I haven't gotten any today. My mom got some, but I was feeding the rest of the animals while she was checking on the pig. And because it's like 20 degrees outside, I didn't want to take my camera or my phone out there. But my mom did, just to get pics for her sister. But they're tiny. They're just like, little. Of course, this pig, it was sold to us as one kind of pig. Turns out it's another kind of, it's actually a potbelly pig. So they're tiny. It wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be a medium-sized pig. They're called Kuni Kuni. They're supposed to be hairy, and they have like little short noses, and they're really cute. But the person sold it to us, and they lied to us, so we got some kind of potbelly cross, which is fine. But when you're expecting one thing and you get another, it can be a little disappointing. We've had these pigs for almost a year, and they just never grew. And my mom was getting kind of anxious because we knew that we had a male and a female, you know, it happens. And she got pregnant, and mom's like, she better start growing if she's, you know, one of these kind of pigs, or else, you know, we got lied to. Well, turns out we got lied to, but she is a wonderful mother. I will give that to her. So we have 6 little, technically she had 6. One of them was born dead. It happens. Our first pig we had, she had babies. Half of them were born dead. Nobody knows why, but it happens. But 1 out of 6 is pretty good odds, actually. For a first time, never tested mother. And we don't know anything about potbellies, so. King Orangey has RV there yet. So. But yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely get pics. I thought about trying to have my mom send me some of her pics, but I ran out of time. Oop. Let's see. There we are. There's a rope. I wanted the rope more than anything. Not that thing. Oh. Ah! I was gonna break it before I died. Didn't get a chance. This is... That's the new... when you start a new person in Terraria. That you pretty much gotta expect it. I could have turned on a harder difficulty where you drop everything. I decided not to, thankfully. And to lose everything, because if you have it on like hardcore and you lose everything, all of it despawns as soon as you click the button. So I'm like, I'm not doing that, because I know what kind of good stuff I can find. Definitely not him. That is a mini boss. And he can shoot through things. And he's got like 400 and some health. And right now I do like 1 damage to it. So we're not going to try him. I'll go over this hill over here before I ever try that. The start is always rough. That's Terraria in a nutshell. But we'll get there. Let's see, I will bring this down so I can jump over. Jump over the slimes. We have, I call this an oasis. Never knew what it was called, but I heard a person the other day say it. I'm like, it makes sense. I'm running away from the vulture. You can fend it off with the pickaxe, but you can kind of kill it, but it's hard. Basically running until I find a chest. There we are. And there's a knife in there. So... Now this one is actually a pretty good knife. I'm not doing the class walk like me and Zach and Ghost did. just because I'm solo. I'm not gonna do that. At least not right now. Here's another. Basically right now I'm just trying to survive. For those who don't know. Okay, there we are. Can use that. Definitely take the chest. Okay, I missed a lot. Let's see. We're playing. Let's see. I've got it as. I have to scroll up of smoked meats. Let's see. Sort of going back to back. 1-on-1. Oh, okay, that's sports stuff. Sorry, I'm not interested in sports. And one thing I like about that book, it lets me take all these and make rope out of vines. I heard people the other day saying that that was not a good item to have. I'm like, for a beginner, it's wonderful. Because I just can't, I don't have the merchant, so I can't afford the hundreds of dollars for ropes. Now, after I get ropes, or I go all the way down to the bottom, yeah, the vine book becomes a little less useful. But as of right now, it is. And those things are vicious. The one thing with this knife, though, it pulls things towards you, and it's bigger. So it makes it hard to, it's kind of unwieldy. I'll drink that. Put that down there. Okay, we have a blow dart. Which those can be fun. Okay, this is the underground for the living wood trees. I'm gonna have to go back. Have too much stuff, not enough chests, not enough room. Let's see. That bracket was built. Ah. Yep. Okay. Now I can kind of build stuff up. We're going to use this side for building. Because it basically goes directly into my elevator. I'm going to go out some. Really, I need to count this. Let's see. I'll break every other one. Makes it easier to count. And one more. I think that should be big enough for... Ah! I'm terrible at building. There. So what we'll do is we'll have... and I hate that because it has dash. And I am terrible with dash. I'm always double clicking things. Like that, basically. Let's see. Well, that's probably not enough. So the idea basically is we will use rope to connect everything. And up here will be platforms. So I will eventually move everything up here. But just to get started, I have to do it this way. Oop. And I hope I actually get the right one too. And for those who don't know, I did put a lot of shorts on YouTube yesterday. And they got a lot of good responses. Let's see, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I did several on my my Warzone game that we did yesterday, and we actually got a comment on one of them. Now, obviously, it was a well-intentioned person, even though they didn't know the situation. But they mentioned that if I had, what was it? If I turned down my sensitivity, I would be able to hit more targets. So I did casually mention that I do have a neurological disorder, and that's why I can't hit. It affects my accuracy, all that kind of stuff. Like, I've told stream several times, and that it's basically as good as it's going to get from that. But I appreciate their trying to help. It's not Minecraft, I can't put blocks in the middle of a floating sky. We will make these solid, basically. Okay, so those have that. So I'm going to have a couple here, and then I'm going to build out even more. We're going to do it the same way. We're going to make every other one. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then 6 is where you go up. And we have another level. And it's good enough for a little house for somebody. So it'll help when I'm making all this. Really, I should put the platforms up here, because I'm going to put a platform between each one of them, so it makes it easy to do that. Okay, that should be right. Since every other one, and I'm doing 6, then it should just be 12 blocks out. Looks good to me. And with the way this is built, you shouldn't have to worry too much about doing the extra light sources like I do. And I kind of I hate it when it's like that in the middle. I don't know, it just sets off my brain. And why do we have slime in the house? Yeah, because like every few, it pulls them towards you. He lost door privilege. So I will be make some more. Oh, that's down there. This is why I did it this way. I have a kill box. There we are. Then you just fall down here and jump your way out. And of course I blocked myself in. Now the one thing, because it is... There's crazy. Burn the hat. Nah. See, this is my celebrity merch. As I say, when Pickle goes viral and everybody is watching him, I will be one of the few that has the original Pickle merch from when he was, under 100. I'm trying to think, when I started joining, he was, what was it? He was in the 80s on his followers. So this is a double show off. So I got free Pickle merch, and I was the first to 100 streams streak. So I'm like, it's like a record. You can only have one. So yeah, I'm gonna show off. That's totally what I'm gonna do. That's the whole point of being first to 100. Yes, I am, actually. A lot of people don't have the stamina and the interest to stay that long. So yeah, I'm totally proud of myself for sticking with it for 100. It seems like a monumentous thing when you actually start trying to do a stream streak. But if they're interesting, you're there every day. Free advertising? Exactly. But he said at one point off stream that he would like to get to a point where he can pay his mods. So yeah, I will do free advertising if it means I get paid in the future. Crazy gonna rock a bean, exactly. But for it to count, she would have to do it on stream. So it's not free advertising if it's not on stream. And it doesn't count. Oh, she wants the hoodie. Yeah, she wants the most expensive thing you got. Let's see. Oh, definitely we'll keep all this here. That would go on that side. Now this is the destructibles and sellables over here. And over here is the savables. Until I get the merchant, and then I'll just sell all that. Deserve it for 3 years of friendship. That's called, oh, what is it? Oh, there's a certain term for it. The kind of friendship where you expect something in return for the friendship. But yeah, they do have a certain term for it. Let's see. Now that's gonna be all flowers. Mushroom. Put all our potions in there. Exactly. I got you there. Let's see, that is a consumable. Where's that? Over here. At least until I get my piggy bank. That's going to be on the selling. And then that's collectibles. These things, it tells you stuff because it's from the Calamity. Okay, so let's put that out there. Okay, we are set up fairly good. But I never use arrows. I never have. That's just been me. It's called a business transaction. Exactly. Gave you my friendship and time to play every night. That is a gift, and it's not supposed to be conditional. I could say the same thing. I gave him 100 streams. So if we want to go conditional on things, I win. Because there is no record of you doing it for 3 years. There is literally video record of me doing it for the past 100 streams. 105 actually, as of today. So I have proof of mine, you don't. It's just your word against me. Yeah, you don't want to rock technicalities with me. I don't play fair. And I play to win. So it's kind of like when my friend was trying to steal basically my voice, I guess you would say. He had a Patreon and we were supposed to go into business together. We were going to be business partners. We were going to make lots of money doing it. Because, you know, some people say they like my voice. So we was going to be reading things and, you know, making sound clips. You know, I edited a lot of mine. And then it got to the point when I got a better microphone and I was able to do my settings with like the filters and things like that I didn't need to. Because you didn't hear like, you know, background noise or you know, with me being asthmatic, you can hear me breathing sometimes in the videos and on sound recordings, things like that. Well, they added a thing to what we were using to where you can block all that out. So I did it, and it was just my voice is all it was, and people seemed to enjoy that. So I stopped editing, and he was posting it on. He had a Patreon. He was posting it on there along with his, and magically. Only my side was being done for like 2 years. And of course, I didn't do it for the full year, but I did it for a while. After a while, I had an issue with my voice. I got sick. I had my allergies and all that. And I just never started back up. So I couldn't do it when I was sick. And then he just kept hounding me. He was wanting me to do my part. And I'm like, well, I gave you, what was it, 15 clips, I think it was? Some of them anywhere from 10 minutes up to 30. And he was getting paid per clip by the people that, because Patreon, you subscribe for access. And he was getting money every month for these. And at one time, I know for a fact, he was getting over $140 a month. And the bulk of it was from my voice. So I wanted what was mine. You know, he said we were going to go 50-50. I told him, okay, after it gets over, you know, like $50 a month, then I would gladly take half of my share out of the half of it. He agreed to it. Well, when he got within that year, he got to where he was making $140-some a month for several months in a row because of the subscription. And he was pocketing it all. And needless to say, that didn't go very well. Because Mystical doesn't take it very nice when you steal his money. Especially when it was my proprietary voice that was being done. So I confronted him on it. And he started trying to get into legalese and tell me that I had no rights to the clips because we never signed a contract saying that he would pay me. Well, I already knew, you know, the ball was in my court because I wheeled around and said, yeah, but we never signed a contract and you can't use them if I say so. And I'm like, I say as of right now, you take them down or give me my money. Needless to say, instantly, he did a 360 on that. And he started, well, they're listening to all of my clips and not your clips, so you're not making me any money, so it wouldn't be fair for me to give it to you. I'm like, okay, I know for a fact, because I've seen it, you can see who is getting listened to more on these clips. And I said, you bring that up now, and it will tell you who has the most done. He's like, no, I can't do that right now. I'm like, yes, you can. You're not doing anything. And within the week, I had my half of the money. Exactly, that's what I said. I'm like, well, if they're not making any money, you take them all down anyway, and you don't have to deal with my stuff tainting your more popular clips. Well, no, we can't have that. He wanted free stuff and free money and wanted me to do it. And he him-hoed around, as we say, and tried his best to keep my clips on his Patreon and try to scam me out of the money over the next year. I got my money that time, but I didn't get it the next year. Shady people always exist. Exactly. Unfortunately, when they pretend to be your closest friend and stuff like that, it gets a little on the annoying side. And literally every time he would start an argument, I would bring up, okay, fine, take down all my clips. Well, that would end it. He would backtrack immediately because he knew that's where his source of income was coming from. And finally, when we basically got to where we couldn't take things anymore the way they were, I told him, take my clips down or else. And he waited a week. I told him, you have 3 days. I take them down or else I'm doing something about it. Refused to do it. He pulled the old, oh, we don't have a contract, you can't do this, it's on my Patreon, so it's my property. I'm like, it's my voice. I'm like, it's obvious it's not your voice. And I'm like, you even have it in the description that it's me. I'm like, you take it down or I'm turning you into the Patreon and claiming you stole my property. And then I told him, I'm like, you got a week to get out. I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore, you've stolen from me. My family can't take it anymore with you being here. You break things, steal things, all this. He broke my mom's dad had a Super Bowl mug from who knows how long ago. And he broke it and then had the nerve to say that he would replace it. I'm like, you can't. There is only one from that year. And it was basically, it's more sentimental than anything. The mug didn't matter financially, but it was just the cold, callous way that he made it out like it was nothing. My mom was ready to tear him apart. I'm like, you got a week. I'm like, you just got to go. Sorry. So he did take it all down. He made this big showing on his Patreon about how I was going to start my own Patreon with my own stuff, and he would have the first link to it for his people on there and all this, and that they needed to stay subscribed to him so that they would be able to find my stuff. And I'm like, you ain't getting nothing. And he begged me for a link to my Patreon. I'm like, I don't have a Patreon. He's like, but you said you were going to. I'm like, I never said I was going to make one. I'm like, that was you. You made promises you couldn't keep. And so finally he left. He took it all down, and I check every so often to see if he has tried to put any of them back up, because I have his Patreon. And I check every so often because I know him. He's shady. He is bad about taking advantage of people. I didn't think he was going to be like that, but he was. So, if you have intellectual properties or anything like that, be careful who you give them to. I found out the hard way. He was vicious about it. But I dealt with it. And there is a way you can turn somebody in on Patreon for content theft. So he knows that when I get ticked off, I will do it. So far he's played ball, I guess you would say, and not done it. But I also know how he is. I kind of look for him to try it one day, just when he thinks I'm not watching, basically. And he went through and banned me from everything because we had we were friends on X and we messaged back and forth. He banned me from there thinking I couldn't see his posts on there. And I'm like, all it says is you can't message the person. You can see everything. So I keep an eye on that too. Every so often when I'm bored or don't have anything else to do, I'll check and see. Because I know his YouTube that he posts things on, I know his Patreon, and I know his X. So if he ever tries to steal my property again, I will know it. I already told him I have no trouble suing him over it too. Like, it's kind of hard to say that my voice is yours. It's one of those things that's a little hard to disguise. So I'm like, I will know, and they'll be able to tell it's somebody different. But live and learn, I guess. We all gotta figure out the hard way. My dad calls it, what do you call it? He calls it having goody two-shoes. And the idea is that you think that you know the person is terrible, but you think that they won't do it to you. He said that they were the same way with my grandmother, because she was a horrible lady. And she gave him a sob story after my aunt died, which they should have known because she scammed all of her children out of the inheritance because my aunt never married. And they said, we didn't find out till later because she didn't tell everybody that when the aunt dies without an heir, it goes to her closest relatives, which happens to be her sisters. And they made the mistake of telling my grandmother at the, I don't know if it was a lawyer or what, that she didn't have a say in it because for some reason the mother doesn't count, but the father and the siblings did. And she went to the lawyer and got the lawyer to draw up a paper and forced every one of them to sign it, saying that they gave up all rights to inheritance from her, just so she could steal her property and everything my aunt had. And it's like, you knew she was a horrible woman over that, but yet they went in and they basically rented their house while they were dealing with my aunt's property and all that. And they got shafted over it. My grandmother was charging rent every 3 weeks. And the rent was so much that not only was it paying for my aunt's property, but it was also paying for my grandparents' property. So we were basically making it to where she had no bills. And she was pocketing all the money. And when they finally figured it out, they told her that they couldn't rent anymore and we were moving back where we live. And so that's my dad's explanation about goody two-shoes, because you think that some evil person will not do it to you, even though they've done it to other people. So that's what I claim with my friend and his trying to scam me out of my my property and my content. That's why you'll notice that I didn't have any mods or anybody that could access anything on my channel for a long time, because I didn't trust people enough to have access to my stuff, just because of that. But then of course knowing Pickle for as long as I did, I went ahead and made him mod on the channel. Because he's one of the few people that I have known long enough to trust him not to steal my stuff. Now there are other people I do as well, but he's always here, so I made him a mod. And he has all rights to everything as the mod, including, you know, as he says about me in his channel, you know, I'm going to side with him if he decides to just up and ban somebody. Except Crazy, because we know that they have a rivalry. But yeah, even on my Discord server, I tell them that the mods will not be questioned unless I see a reason for it. Which I have always had that rule on the multiple Discord servers I've had. Obviously, if you trust them enough to be a mod, you should trust them enough to make decisions on who is good to have around on your channel and server. Let's see. Try to go back and pay for a Sprite for my wife when we were dating. Too much of a conscience for that. Exactly. Me and my mom have done that numerous times. We bought a swimming pool, which of course we do for our ducks and now for my geese. And, you know, waterfowl need water. So we went to get a swimming pool, a little kiddie swimming pool from Walmart. And we just grabbed it and we tried to pull them apart. And we didn't see that there was two. And so, mom being mom, she did the same thing. She went back and oh, there it is down there. She went back in and paid for it, and she took the little tag. We took the little tag off the bottom, so she take in the thing for them to scan and all that. And we took it back in there, and the cashier just went nuts. She's like, nobody would do something like that. She's like, you should have just walked away with it. And mom's like, oh, we don't do that. It's like, we're way too honest for that. And this cashier is just like, you are the nicest people I have ever met. It's like, because we paid for a swimming pool that we accidentally took extra of. That's all it takes to be classified as a nice person now. But yeah, when you were saying that on your stream, that's the first thing I thought of, was we do the exact same thing. As I've told people before, it costs nothing to be honest, but it costs everything to be dishonest, because eventually they will find out. Okay, we have... This is an interesting water right here. Sometimes it glitches, and you have to put something to break the source block, basically. Yeah, there we go. I know that. Oh. Okay. Okay, that broke it. Technically, the water level's down there. It's just glitched, showing it up there. I'm going to take this out right here, just to be on the safe side. Yeah, this water is glitched like crazy. But yeah, there have been several times when things like that have happened, which it's unavoidable. Any kind of merchant, I guess you would say, retail, anything like that, it happens. Especially with plastic consumables, basically. They're cheaply made, and it just sticks together. But as I like to tell people, how you react is what makes the difference. Because there's a lot of people who be like, well, I've been cheated in the past. It's only fair that I take this for free. And it's just like, that's not how it goes. You don't reward people with the bad just because bad has happened to you. I mean, I would be leading the charge on that for things people don't know happened to me, and that I'm not always in the interest of going into because of what they were. And I'm sure we all have that. Okay, I am I'm standing on top of something. Okay, there. Dynasty plank. Now these are like rare woods, so I am going to break it. This is kind of a rare place, so I am going to break all this. Because if it's the dynasty stuff like that, you have to buy that from a merchant. And it costs a lot to buy that from the merchants, so I'm just going to take it. And of course I have full inventory. Water leaves don't really matter too much. Let's see. Yeah, because it's like a trinket of chi. That's the thing right there. But that's really for if you have teammates, which I don't. So. I will probably have to come back down here. Especially after breaking all this anyway. Yeah, there's some things that's showing as dropping. And I'm not picking them up. Yeah. And I can come up here and do that too. Because they decorate the whole thing, basically. It's all the back wall. So if I wanted to decorate something on my home like this, technically I could because it's solid wall. I see, last time I was used to having the, actually I have it right here. It has sandstone, or sandstorm in the bottom. And you do a double jump, basically. And that's how I was getting the ones on top. Because before I took down the little temple thing here first. And that caused a lot of trouble trying to trying to get all this higher stuff. Yeah, like that. Now, some of these blocks could be causing part of that, the water glitch on there. And because it's just a wood hammer, it's causing them. Some things, let's see right there. You are more resilient. Okay, what's it do? Increase damage reduction by 8% if you avoid taking damage for 10 seconds. But it expires after hit. 1% life regen for you and your teammates, so that's good too. And it does extra defense, which is nice. Extra damage from that, and extra damage from the claws, and extra defense from the book. So, all of my defense is coming from there because I have no armor. Gonna be filling this up basically. Because then there's the wood down here. there is some stuff under there as well, but that slime up there has something inside of it. That's the one thing people didn't realize apparently forever, that some of the slimes have stuff inside of them. Like, it's been like that for a while. But they apparently didn't realize it. I actually get a lot of my beginning stuff from the slimes like that. I'll put the fossil down there. See if there's anything we need to pick up. So we should be done down here. Yeah. Okay. Now I'll take apart this. Of course, lantern is first thing that drops. Yeah, it's shingles. Put that right there. Oh, and there's some. Oh, okay. That breaks the rabbit statue. More stone wall. Okay. Yeah, banners. Normally this is something that if I was going to do it, I would, that's platform. I would come down here with an empty inventory. But I didn't. So I'll put that right there. Now I can do quick stack, and it puts them all back in. That's something that was brought in, I think, from the Calamity. I will actually put my money in here because I do not want to lose it. Because you will if you die. Put all of this stuff. If I ever want to build a little shrine thing or anything like that, I've got all the stuff for it now. Or at least the majority of it. There, those you can trade in for rare dyes. Which I'll definitely need those. That's from the, oh, what is it? Pyramid. Oh, it's right here. I'm gonna put all my potions together for sure. And tungsten. So we know 3 out of the 4 materials we have. Yeah, one thing I do is I call them murder holes. You can do that with the flying eyes because they're terrible. Just be careful because they will do that and get inside. So that one is in the wrong place if the eyeball can fly inside of it. Normally what I'll do is I'll make them like a 1 block hole. And I'll get a boomerang, or not boomerang. A boomerang sometimes works. It's a little hard with a boomerang, but it can be done. I'll do either a boomerang or a yo-yo. And that works. The yo-yos work the best, because then they just can go out the hole and they just hang there, basically. Now we're star catching. Let's see. One of these will have to hold a campfire. We need that for passive healing. Yeah, that's what you do with the stars. platform or a treasure pinger. Okay, it's nearby metals. That's hopefully more valuable than contraption. Seems incredibly shoddy. It'll break sooner than later for sure. Yeah, that's one reason I won't do it. And that's just for that. That's not even using the crafting stuff. Which I may try to figure out. Usually these lower levels I would use for crafting. Unfortunately, my crafting table is providing him his place. So we will get 2 doors. Put that through here, give them their door. Now he can be moved to using the little house here. Sticking up there. That's his house, and as soon as I go off screen and then come back, he will be up there. Ah. I'll do that, then I'll put the furnace in there. I think that counts as a room. Not 100% sure with the furnace in there, but it should. And I can make a boomerang there. But technically I have one right there with the, whatever that's called, wood armor, which should have done this first. I don't know why I did. I'm terrible at armor stuff. You get extra defense, not that it counts when your slimes come up and just slam you for hundreds of damage. And for those who don't know, if you hold down the right mouse button, it will make tons of things like that repeatedly. Some people like the sound of it, some people don't. That's why I try to do it as fast as I can. And basically I'm just making, oh, it's those little shroom guys down there. I think they're called shroomites or something like that. They're a passive mod. There. Because anything that does not have a wall in it has a chance of spawning enemies. Which is why you see me do those middle columns too. Even though they will have doors, I do not need a zombie randomly spawning in between them when I'm trying to come up here to talk to my guys. Which I have had happen before. I have made similar things and I left them open, and there was a zombie in there when I came back. Now something I want to eventually, I haven't done it yet, I do have a Minecraft server. It's free, so obviously it's woefully underpowered for too much, but it has the Minecraft Eternal Light on it. I did play it for a little while after I first got it, and it's not open constantly. I have to go in and start it up manually each time. There are some that you can, when you join, you start them up, and this is one you have to just click a button to start it. But I'll want to show that off at some point. Okay, we got our stuff. I want to go back. If I can get there. I'm a little bit more prepared now. I have some armor. I have a decent throw weapon. I can't take on the big creature over here because his damage is crazy. He does like almost like wanting to say it's like a minigun, but really it's not, of water bolts, and he'll just shoot them at you. And they can't go through solid stuff. Because he was trying to shoot me through the sand, and it wasn't working a while ago. Yeah, the sandstorm in a bottle. It's a funky one. It's kind of cool, but it spins your guy around. Okay. Now you die of fall damage normally, but I have these climbing claws. That's what they are. And I can take everything out here and break it all. Which I don't know why it didn't break those stairs, but it refuses to. I'm not sure if it's just the way stairs are or what. You have to physically go in and break stairs, which I guess is kind of good if you're going through with it, but yep. What's that? Coral. I will still roll corals. Still have my torches too. I have literally no reason to come back down here once I'm done. There's the merchant. Figured it was about time he showed up. Me and my glitchy water down here. Now hopefully I'll be able to afford the mining helmet. Then I won't have to rely so much on torches, which I hate. That's one thing Terraria is, it's a little odd about with its, it only gives you the one mining helmet. Okay, that is jungle. I'm not stupid enough to go there. And of course he doesn't move up there. The merchant moved up here, but he didn't move up here. I need to actually quick stack it. Technically, I should put everything into the bamboo chest. That's crimstone. That's interesting. I didn't know it had crimstone under it. Bamboo platforms, coral. Ooh, pink gel. I definitely need a pink gel is good to have. At least I like it. I will put that down here with the savables. And that's deserty stuff. Bazillion potions. Okay. Let's see what we can buy from him. He's happy at first, so you can buy stuff from him. But he slowly gets more ticked off as you go along. Don't have enough for that, but I do have enough for piggy bank. Which, all in all, I would rather the piggy bank. There we are. You can put the piggy bank in there, and it is a only your character can get things out of it. So like when we're playing our multiplayer worlds, you'll notice me going to my piggy bank a lot and putting in like high-powered things and things I really want to keep. And that's why it doesn't accidentally get put in with somebody else's stuff, and it doesn't get sold off. Because I went through and sold a bunch of stuff. Because Zach and Ghost had, 10 of the same artifact, or the equipment, and they weren't going to use it because it's terrible compared to what they had. So I just snuck through and sold it all. Which is what I usually do. I will go through back through all of my stuff, and I'll see what I need, what I have, what I can get, and what I can sell. Okay, we have those. We don't really have a lot of metals, which is something I kind of need. Let's see, a web ball. Supposed to be able to make. That's probably out of the. I don't have the stuff for it right now. At least I don't think I do. Check and see. You have the sawmill. But you need chain for that. You need iron or lead. For those who don't know, all of the metals have a rank to them. Copper is 1, lead is 2, tungsten is 3, and then you have either gold or platinum is the 4. And then you start getting into, this is why I didn't have an anvil. Now I can make a lot of stuff as a drill, which is 35, so that's basically what I have. So like, you have tin and copper, you have iron and lead, you have tungsten and silver, and then platinum and gold. And then you go into the other metals, like, of course I used all of my, I used all the lead. And then you go into higher stuff from the, they call it the evil biome, which is, what is it, crimson or corruption. And you'll have each one of those, but they're equal. No matter what world you have, they're equal in it. And then it goes into the higher stuff, which is adamantium in the hard mode, and a few others like that. But they're all, they each have their own, and they each have their equal. So, for those who don't know, that's the way Terraria is basically set up. I'll put that back up. I do not want to lose or risk losing cobwebs, because you can make stuff out of them. You need it for a bed, which will set your spawn point. So instead of down here, which you can't see it on the map, but there's this little, because the guide is in the way, but there's this little thing, and that's why I teleport right there. It's basically your starting, the world starting point. Everybody will start there if they was to join in. Well, water physics don't want to do their thing today, apparently. And really, I try to save higher up waters, because I will need them to fish in, which is why I'm doing this. But I don't want them basically in my elevator. Having water in your elevator doesn't do very well, because your elevators just keep going down, and that's what water does. There we are. I need stuff to sell, because I need that mining helmet. If I did that, I could easily go down there and do that water. But it's just difficult whenever you don't have it. But I have a merchant, so I can sell stuff. Right now he's kind of happy, so. Okay, there's silver. I don't really like the squirrel staff, personally. It's good in the very beginning. I'll grant it that. Of course, no value. Kind of value, no value. Wood things have value. So if I build wood things, they would have value, yeah. So it's 33, nothing. Fishing rod takes 8, so that's about usual. Table's the most expensive thing in the game. For a starter, basically. It's a bobber. Provides a fish minigame. That would be pretty interesting if it did. The drills, 22 silver. It's 11. That cost exactly the same. Actually, that's pretty good. That's a godly. Okay, we'll try that. Put it all in my piggy bank. Not quite enough. Because we need, what, 350? I think it was. I don't think you can sell... No, they're not. But I can sell those, but it's only 11 silver. I'm just not too good on money right now. Yeah, 3 gold, 56 silver. Technically what I would need is a lot of things I can sell. Actually, I know what I can do. Yeah, I can't go through there because that's too big. I can shoot it though, and magic regenerates, so... And you get money from them, so... Yeah, you do not want to kill bunnies, which I found out the hard way. Never realized it before, but that spreads whatever evil biome you have, the corruption, crimson, whatever it is. I never knew that. And here I was always going around killing bunnies. And I wondered, why is this spreading so much? You know, it's not supposed to spread that fast. I'm like, no, I know. Goes to show that no matter how much you know, there's always something new out there. I don't know why, I just never thought of that. Let's see, I can make forest here. Let's see. Tavern of Trust. So you did read it where it said I have to actually have the game. I know it's free. So we'll let that one slide this time. I appreciate it though. You can have it. You're using my technicalities against me. That's skating along the lines of what I do to people, so I will look into it and see. Obviously, I know that you know what kind of games I play, so we'll allow that one to slide. Since I wasn't that specific on a lot of things. There, now I can catch worms. Which I need for... But you can't catch them, and it doesn't affect it. Yeah, the ones that you see with that little arm thing, they're vicious. It's interesting. Curious to see what you think of it. Is that the one you were playing with, like the ghosts, where you make the coffee? Or is it a different one? Because that one was cute. No, okay. Well, still, that one was cute. So, that one you have to buy. Oh, okay. Well, with my potential business venture, I ain't gonna be spending too much money on anything anymore. Really was cute. I love the coffee game. Yes, it looked really good. It kind of reminded me of a kind of like the rap game, the way it was set up. So I thought it was pretty fun. So I wonder if I can sell him bunnies. You can. I hope that doesn't spread the corruption. But you wouldn't play that. You don't play those games alone. Exactly. It's like played up. Yeah. Yeah, I was getting stressed just watching you play it. So no, I would not play those kind of games alone. But they did look cute. So let's see. Actually, going to go. I need to break that because it's not not using that anymore as a house. That game was relaxing to me. It wasn't to me. It was stressful. Because my thing is, I guess it's because I'm a 100%er kind of person, and the thought of one of them getting mad and leaving was stressing me out. And I know it shouldn't, but it does. I mean, even when we played Raft Simulator, it was kind of stressing me because there is a time limit, basically, to it. But it was fun because I was playing with somebody else. But yeah, that's an insight into me, basically. Ah! Take that pressure plate. My goodness. And I'm bleeding out. Or poisoned, I should say. Ooh, there is a house down there. Rope down there. Got it. Okay, if I can get them all down there, I can't attack them. Ah. My goodness. Wanted it to come close enough that I could at least get the goodies that it had in it. Ah! Keep your slimy self down there. Ah! The slimes are coming. The slimes are coming. Ah! Didn't hit it in time. So close. Try it again. Let's see. I have worked at Waffle House and in a bar years ago, and those are so much more relaxing than jobs I've had. Yeah, I worked at McDonald's, and I enjoyed it the most out of any job I had. I like the one I had at Ollie's, which is a kind of discount store. I enjoyed it probably the most, but I didn't like the, I guess you'd say, how corporate treated their employees. It was you do this or else kind of stuff, and I don't do that. So I didn't like that. I did like the work. The work was the easiest of any job I ever had. But I didn't like how they had people to work. And actually, I told my mom a few times, sometimes it felt like I wasn't doing enough work to justify the pay I was getting. And I'm like, if I had said that to my coworkers, they would have killed me. But it was true. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's my dad's work ethic coming out in me. Because he has a definite work ethic. And he's passed it down to both of us kids, so. I don't know, I just didn't feel like sometimes I was doing enough. Games are more relaxing than Waffle House Bar and Taco Bell. Used to be very fast-paced jobs, so the games I play are so relaxing compared to the jobs I had. Yeah, the one I had at McDonald's was fast-paced, but there was enough of us working there that it wasn't too bad. There was one day when a bunch of people got sick and called out. And then so there's only like half of the number of people that should have been there. Now that day was stressful, but it wasn't too bad. I can take fast-paced to a point because, I mean, as I tell people, my customer service is good enough that they will usually have more of a grace period than the games give. The games are hard code to, you have so many seconds before individual A gets mad and leaves. So it stresses me out when I'm playing a game like that, but when I was working, I wasn't stressed out. And they actually, I thought I was kind of weird because I wasn't that stressed out when I was working. I'm like, oh, this is nothing. I'm like, try going at Walmart during Black Friday. That's stressful. And I wasn't even in the stressful part. I was in dairy. And I told Mom, I'm like, you know, it's pretty bad when your manager and several other managers make excuses to come to the dairy department just so they get away from Black Friday. They were literally making up things to stay there. They're like, you know, it's been a while since we went through the freezer in the frozen department. We need to go through there and see what we can take out and fill. I'm like, the guys just worked 7.5 hours to fill the dairy or the frozen department. Oh no. Every one of us was absolutely vital. We went and helped. We were filling up carts and we were putting one thing out. And then we had to take the entire thing back in. And it's like, wow. And they made no bones about it. They were over there just to get away from Black Friday. They're like, we don't want to be over there. We don't want to deal with that many people. They're like, they are mean. They will run you over. And they will try to hurt you if you don't have what they want. I'm like, okay. Like, as long as you're fine with us staying over here and just doing stuff. I'm like, I'll do it. Oh. Well. I don't know what happened, but the boulder that should have smashed me blew up. There must have been something up there, and it couldn't pass it. But yeah, actually, what I need to do, I need to write that game down, or else I will forget. Let's see, does it say? Okay, it does say. Normally people won't put that in the message for the redeem, but it does, so it will stay there. I don't remember who it was. Somebody not too long ago did that, and they didn't put it in the redeem, and I was terrified I was going to forget. Okay, healing potion. Ah, water and more water. Oh, there's a sapphire. Ooh, what is that? Ah, a crawler, that's it. There's one of them worms. He's trying his best to get up here. There must be a hole down there, because they cannot make it up holes for some reason. It has to have so much dirt for them to grab a hold of, like that. Good thing about sapphire crawlers, you get sapphires out of them. Let's see. I'm a person that needs a job that I constantly have something to do, can't sit still, I need fast-paced, or I get bored. I thrive in stressful situations. Well, that makes one of us. I kind of like boring. But I get it. I don't like to just stand around. That was the one thing at the Ollies. There were times where you just literally had nothing to do and you had to stand around, and I didn't like it. I'll say I like moving while I'm working. Now, at the Walmart job, I literally got to where my hands were falling asleep. My one hand, I couldn't feel all the time. And I looked it up, and what it was is I was working so hard and so fast that somehow I was compressing the main nerve through your hand, and it wasn't good. So that was one reason I quit. Besides the fact that they start falsely accusing me of stuff. If I stand around, I would actually fall asleep out of boredom. I can see that. Yeah, I would go around and try to find stuff to do, or try to find people to help when I was at Ollie's. Which they didn't seem to mind, because, you know, the secret of it is to look busy while somebody's watching. But they kind of figured it out after a while, and they started telling me to go here, go there, do this, do that, which I was fine with. I was just happy to have something to do. Yeah, add some light every so often. Ah. I'm terrible with these minecarts. Ooh, there is a pressure plate. There. And you can sell the dark traps, which I usually do. He was like, why are you keeping the dark traps? I'm like, you can sell these things for money. And I generally will. Yeah, the button you gotta push to get out of the minecart. That's a hard one sometimes. Catch me worm. Let's see. Now we can go. Yeah, this thing is just every little bit I'm finding stuff. Which is good. Okay, there's that one. Ah, healing potion. Healing potions aren't bad, but... Nope, 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 nope. Fine, hit me. See if I care. Yeah, and because it's expert level, they steal your gold. I don't know what that This is what I hate. You can never see. That's why I like the miner's helmet. And there's another one. Basically, I just gotta keep randomly throwing. And hope for the best. Ah, come on. I'll just walk up here then. I will take everything in here, which I need that as an extractinator. I lucked out that that wasn't a trapped chest. They explode. I think technically they just want to get away, but they hurt. Yeah. The bomb in that one. Ah, that's a wall you can actually put stuff on. Ah! Now I did see Where Wind Meets has active drops. So I was probably going to do that sometime this week. Okay. I got myself in a situation here. I glitched up into a rock. That's a new one on me. So I'll be trying that one out. I'm probably going to have to start a new character because I started innocently enough. Oh, I'll just progress this a little bit because I had some things I needed to try out. There was a glitched goose that I needed to do something with for a quest. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to try and figure this out on there. Well, I ended up completing a ton of quests. And it's like, I went from, what was it? It was level 1 when I stopped streaming, and I ended up at level 50. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to start all over again. And now I at least have a little bit more of an idea. So I can actually progress while I'm streaming and make it look nice. So, of course. That's the only thing I don't like about that. Okay, well, there's tungsten there, so I need to... One good thing about the drills, they are fast. I learned that when I was playing a Zack and Ghost. Because they were always wanting a drill. And I'm like, I've seen the drills, but I know they have short range. And so I never had an interest in them. And then I saw them use one, I'm like, wow, that's fast. So I made up my mind then, I think I kind of like the drills a little bit. And I got glitchy water again. Got a big gold deposit here. Probably should go back up. Get some, a little bit more ores right here. And I'll go back up. Yeah, we'll go back. Don't want to take a chance on losing everything when I had just enough to fill everything up. Ooh, it's 5 defense. What is that? It's damage. We'll take higher defense instead. Hard cloud in a bottle. And I think that's a new enchantment. I don't think they had that before. Have my unlimited magic mirror. We put the extract. Don't know how vine rope appeared up there, but okay. The extractinator up there. Now, for those who don't know, that works on slush and silt. You'll find that down in the caves. And it gives you random stuff, mostly money, which is never a bad thing to have on here. But it gives you random resources, and it will give you the opposite one that is not in your world. So that makes it fun. Because if you don't like the stuff that you have, use an extractinator and get a bunch of the stuff you don't have and couldn't otherwise get. We got mud. I can sell recalls. Recall, pressure plate, bird statue. I don't need the bird statue. You can summon things with it. At least with a few of them. Bioluminescence. Let's see, I got that. Let's see. Oh, I put the tungsten got put up. Okay. Okay. Now, let's see that. So it has all of my gold and stuff up there. We have gemstones down here. Now we do have gold as our fourth. And of course we have life crystals, which increase your life. Which I'm glad I got several of them when I did. And that goes down there. And savable. Now I can sell all this stuff. Some people like the glow sticks. I don't really care one way or the other about them personally. Short sword, but it says it's a material. Now when it's a material, it can be used for something. I had tons of stuff. I didn't even use it. Now we can buy our mining helmet. The only thing it is, it breaks the set bonus. Because as far as I know, I don't think the mining helmet is a set bonus. Nah, I know there's miner's pants and miner's shirt, but I don't know if that actually gives you a bonus. I've never had them all at the same time. Provides light when worn, increases visibility, range in the abyss, which I'm not anywhere near the abyss. It's basically on the other side of the world. So I got 14. Sell it all. And let's see. Made a whole gold. Never hurts. I do like you can. When I figured that out, I'm like, I'm going to use it more. I've got to use it more. It's one of those things you don't think of, but I wanted to. Now I know I'm losing damage that way. Oh, this is the fancy planked wall. You can usually only find underground. Speedy boots. Put the chi thing down there at the bottom. And we are just right at 4 o'clock. A little after, but close enough. Let's see. Trying to think. Now I have my light, so now I can go down and do this. All I need to do is just go over here a little ways and technically just make a fishing pond, basically. Now the water is very slow and glitchy today. Which is weird because I don't have, it's not a server. I don't know if it's just, I know it did a lot of updates to all of the few mods that I have. Just using the same ones that I used with Zack and Ghost, because I like them. So, nothing too special. And this I'm basically doing, because when I make it a fishing hole, I want to be able to stay down here without getting attacked. Down and basically I'm seeing if this hole over here just keeps going down or if it's just down a little bit. Got an ad starting soon. Okay, it's just a little hole. So I can basically shear it up. And yeah, fill this in with dirt, basically. So that way, when I let the water run down here, it's not going to be an issue. And there's one of those dashes that I hate so much. Oh, and it's filled it up enough. Oh, that works. So now it's a race against time because it's overflowing up there. Just want to make it big enough that all the water will fit and I'll still be able to fish in it. Because it has to be a certain range before fish start spawning, basically. I don't know if they glitched the water physics in the game when they did the updates or what. Or maybe it's the new way they want it to be done. I do not want to have this over here. Glitch its way down, basically. There we go. Okay, we do have lead and copper, which is not bad. The copper will, or not copper, lead will need, because we have to make a chain to make the sawmill. Kind of fill this in a little bit. That's the thing, if I do come down here again, I do want to make, or I do want to fish. I don't want to have to deal with spawning things. So any little hole like that becomes a magical zombie spawning area, or slime. So we don't want that. Now this is the way I used to do. There was a game I used to play, and I thought that it felt like it would go on forever, but I didn't realize that literally every time I was playing it, I was so near the end. Because I would start a new game. And I was so near the end of the actual game itself whenever I would quit. Didn't realize that I was just right there. So I did finally end up beating it. And a slime spawns immediately in my water. That's because there's... I don't think it's because there's no background there. And of course I can't put any torches up, except over here, because of that. There we are. There. Now if I have other water up there, I can fill that. Just not going to right now. Put that hole there, close it off, and dig down. Now that we have 700 and some rope, which is probably way more than we're going to need. I just made a medium world, so it's not too bad when it comes to that. And more water, of course. Okay, now this we can just bring off. I already have a fishing hole, so. Man, that's really glitched. I have to look it up and see if anybody else is dealing with glitchy water. Because I mean, this is really bad right here. I don't think I've ever seen water glitch standing up, basically. A little much. Maybe if I go up a little bit. There. We will put all that up. We can sell our glow sticks. There. And I think this is going to be a stopping point for today. Let's see, settings. Save and exit. There we are. I do like this background. It's from the Calamity mod. It's ominous and it basically tells you, shows you what everything you need to know about Terraria. Got fire, pokey things, ominous person decked out, and endless forest. Alright, that is going to be our end for our Terraria stream. Thank you all for watching. Thank Pickle for his free merch that I was able to get for my stream streak. It was totally free to me, and I just decided to show it off today. Just to show it off, basically. And go back to our raid channel. There we are. Thanks for supporting. Oh, you're welcome, Pickle. Let's see who's on that we are following. Cold Duck Soup Song. He is streaming. Let's see. Repo. That works. And he is co-streaming. Nice. I'm not sure. I don't know the other person he's streaming with, but he likes us, so obviously he's a very good judge of character. And with that, for those who are watching either later on YouTube or on Twitch, all my socials are there on the screen. You can find all my VODs on YouTube, including ones of when I was not streaming and I just record. I post those on there exclusively. So if you want to see the hidden ones, there are a few. So, and for those who are on stream, you would know it because it's obvious that it is not within my normal format. It doesn't have like the fancy pictures of my the starting screen and the ending screen and all that. It just starts it and then I end it when I'm done. But it's for little things like burgling gnomes that I did with Pickle, and what was it, Phasmophobia. There was like 1 or 2 of them when I did it with Danny. So all that's on there. So let's get that started and set up. And you can always find me on Discord. If you're on any of the servers that I'm on, you'll see that I basically show that I'm online all the time, even when I'm not always. But I can always be reached on there. And my X, that is just for sending out notifications. You get that about a minute before I actually go live. So there we are. We got everything set up. I want to thank you all for watching, either now or in the future. And I wish you all a wonderful day. And with all this psychotic snow out of nowhere that we, in the higher states of the kind of mid to the east, are getting, try to stay safe and warm for sure. Especially our friend Smoked Meats. He said he spent like all day yesterday shoveling. So stay warm, stay safe, and let's get this raid started.